Mum gasped and said, "Look, Nomi, it's a Jackson Pollock. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh," she said, "cloths of heaven." That was something she said a lot. And Carson and I just stood there staring at the blood on the snow, and my mum said, "Just like that. Who knew it could be so easy?" I don't know if she meant it's so easy to make art, or it's so easy to kill a chicken, or it's so easy to die. Every single one of those things strikes me as being difficult to do. I imagine that if she were here right now and I was asking her what she meant, she'd say, "What are you talking about?" And I'd say, "Nothing," and that would be the end of it. It's only because she's gone that all those trivial little things from the past echo on and on and on. At dinner that night, after the slaughter at Carson's place, she asked us how we would feel if for some reason we were all in comas and had slept right through the summer months and had woken up around the middle of November. Would we be angry that we had missed the warmth and beauty of the summer, or happy that we had survived? Ray, who hates choosing, had asked her if we couldn't be both, and she'd said, no, she didn't think so. Trudy doesn't live here anymore. She left shortly after Tash, my older sister, left. Ray and I don't know where either one of them is. We do know that Tash left with Ian, who is Mr. Queering's nephew. He's double-jointed and has a red Ford Econoline van. Trudy seems to have left alone. Now my dad, you know what he says in the middle of those long evenings sitting in our house on the highway? He says, "Say, Nomi, how about spinning a platter?" Yeah, he uses those exact butt-clenching words, which means he wants to listen to Anne Murray singing Snowbird again, or my old Terry Jacks 45 of Seasons in the Sun. I used to play that song over and over in the dark when I was 9, the year I really became aware of my existence. What a riot. We have a ball. Recently, Ray's been using the word stomach as a verb a lot, and also the word rally. We rally and we stomach. Ray denied it when I pointed it out to him. He says we're having a good time and getting by. Why shouldn't he amend? He tells me that life is filled with promise, but I think he means the promise of an ending because so far I haven't been able to put my finger on any other. If we could get out of this town, things might be better, but we can't because we're waiting for Trudy and Tash to come back. It's been 3 years so far. My period started the day after Trudy left, which means I've bled 36 times since they've been gone. This town is so severe and silent. It makes me crazy, the silence. I wonder if a person can die from it. There's an invisible force that exerts a steady pressure on our words like a hand to an open, spurting wound. The town office building has a giant filing cabinet full of death certificates that say, "Choked to death on his own anger," or "Suffocated from unexpressed feelings of unhappiness." Silentium. The only thing you hear at night is semis barreling down the highway, carting drugged animals off to be attacked with knives. Do not make eye contact with those cows. People here just can't wait to die, it seems. It's the main event. The only reason we're not all snuffed at birth is because that would reduce our suffering by a lifetime. My guidance counselor has suggested to me that I change my attitude about this place and learn to love it. But I do, I told her. "Oh, that's rich," she said. "That's rich." We're Mennonites. As far as I know, we are the most embarrassing subsect of people to belong to if you're a teenager. 500 years ago in Europe, a man named Menno Simon set off to do his own peculiar religious thing, and he and his followers were beaten up and killed or forced to conform all over Holland, Poland, and Russia until they, at least some of them, finally landed right here where I sit. Ironically, they named this place East Village, which, I have learned, is the name of the area in New York City that I would most love to inhabit. Others ran away to a giant dust bowl called the Chaco in Paraguay, the hottest place in the world. My friend Lydia moved here from Paraguay and has told me stories about heat-induced madness. She had an uncle who regularly sat on an overturned feed bucket in the village square and screamed for his brain to be returned to him. At night it was easier to have a conversation with him. We are supposed to be cheerfully yearning for death, and in the meantime, until that blessed day, our lives are meant to be facsimiles of death, or at least the dying process. A Mennonite telephone survey might consist of questions like, would you prefer to live or die a cruel death? And if you answer, live, the Menno doing the survey hangs up on you. Imagine the least well-adjusted